Good morning, everyone. Can you hear the rain here today? It's cold and rainy. And we'll do a bit of painting. Now, I don't want to say do things as the way I do it, because we all change as we go through life. One day we like to do painting one way, the next day another way. We'll see somebody on YouTube and say, oh, I'll follow it, I'll do what he's doing. Then a week or two later, you'll see somebody else, I'll do what he's doing. So it's better to make your own way and do what you like doing. Everybody has their own way of painting and enjoying it. I've been through all the stages of, I've even bought brushes, and because I've seen somebody using them, then a day or two later I've said, oh, whatever did I think of buying these? And I've thrown them in the bin. And this brush I'm going to use now, this big brush kind of painting, I've got that quite a while. Been at the back of the paint box. Initially, all I bought this for was to do washes and skies, which is a good idea, having a big brush, because you need a big brush. And I thought, you're probably saying that you probably bought one of these, tried it and thrown it away, saying, oh God, who want to use one of those? They're a terrible brush. Now, I've got all kinds of brushes, and I've done all kinds of painting. I've done very detailed drawing. Now these brushes I'm showing you here, this brush is a Da Vinci Anissimo. And that is a pure sable brush, and I think that's very, very expensive now. So I got two at the time, and I've never used them. They may look rough at the top, but you put water on them and they go to a perfect point. Now this is what I bought from Rosemary and Co, and it's a flat top. Thinking, well, it won't give you points as you come across. You see, if you're right-handed, your points for your wash you just start there, and it would leave a point like that, opening out as you go that way. So that's why I bought this. A lot of buy these, and they're expensive now. And they're for putting a wash in the sky as well. Now I thought you might say that's a big brush, but yet it's not quite as big for doing skies as this big one here. As I told you before about these sizes as well, before we go farther. That's a pure sable. No, it's not a sable, it's a pure squirrel. This is another size 6. There's the two 6s. Look at the differences. On the both, that's a well-pointed one. Very, very good squirrel. Pure squirrel. Black squirrel. Russian squirrel. Very good. They're a size 6, it's that one. And that one's a size 6. So this is about 1/2 inch across if you want to use it. It's a Paul Rubens, which should be very nice for your skies and that. Or anything, this will fill right up with water before you want to wet your sky first, which most people do. So let's just see what we can do now. Now for trees. I've gone through the gambit of doing trees, where I put every leaf on. But I cringe when I see it now, that kind of trees. But you know, a tree, the light leaves are on the outside. So the dark leaves are on the inside. But with watercolour, it's not easy to put your light colour onto your dark. So if you want to put light onto dark green, it starts to blend, either blend into it or it won't show. We'll start with our washes. I'll put a wash on, but you don't need to with a big brush because it's so full of water that, look, watch it drip. Watch it drip off. Dripping, see? So it's so full, so we've put some, just get the palette right for me, put some blue in the sky. But I always like to put a bit of warmth in first. Now you can put a bit of burnt umber with blue, light red mixed with cobalt. This is for your clouds. You light red mixed with your cobalt, if you like, for your clouds. Or a bit of brown and a bit of blue together, very, very, very lightly, touches. And that would be all. You can put those in first. Now, watch when I put this orange. You'd think orange is stupid. No, I'll tell you. This is orange here. And this here is Windsor Yellow Deep. Well, look at that. It's almost an orange, but it's Windsor Yellow Deep. I think it's one Ted used. So that's a Windsor Yellow Deep. But what you can do is put a little bit of your light red into that, if you want, see. A little bit of light red into it, not too much, and put a cloud in like that. And as you know, I keep telling this, the large clouds at top, smaller clouds at bottom coming up. Here, smaller, longer. Don't bother about any runs there, a medium-sized cloud there. Now that's in that colour I've just mentioned. That's the Windsor Yellow Deep plus a little bit of light red. Now I'm going to put some blue into here. A little Windsor blue. And I'm going to put this just around here, looking at it, to see whether it's... See, I'm using very gentle side of the brush. These like bits coming out there, it makes the cloud look nice, doesn't it? You know. So you a bit of touch the other side of the brush coming over. Then we'll come under here. See, that's a cloud there now. Or we can say it is. There's another cloud here, there's one across the bottom. There. So then we'll dip into the water, dry your brush out as best you can, this big brush, and just start taking things slightly out, like this. Lightly, just don't go mad, just go very, very, very. I'm not telling you how to, your grandma suck eggs, is it, what they say? Just do it how you like. But what I do, I come across with a little bit of a dampish brush, because that's going to start making marks too deep. So there you see you've got your cloud there, and disappearing clouds over here. You put a little bit of blue and brown together, you can get some darker clouds, what's just coming up over the horizon. It's up to you, a bit of brown and a bit of blue. And you can get some darker, darker cloud, but watch what you're doing. That's a bit of brown and a bit of blue. Just be careful. Like that. Now with your big brush, it's dripping wet. Oh! I'll just squeeze that between my thumb there, just as the still full of dampness, and watch it take it out without running. But what I try to do is make a pattern on it, you know. And I may see scenes when I'm out, but I don't try and make a big tree with as though it's an umbrella what's been blown out by the wind, and that there's all the branches coming up. Ted Weston never did that. He'd put even just one single couple of or two trees, and that would be a scene, a beautiful scene with a tree. You don't see, well, you do see them trees with a million little leaves and different colours and that. You do see that, I admit it. And you do get a perfectly square building. And you do get everything perfect. But that's not. And Fletcher Watson did it, and those with beautiful loose. Even it was almost not loose, but that's what I love. But I like to do one loose, and it's not easy to get that look in it of looseness. Now, I wasn't thinking of doing that, but I'm just saying that now. I think I could try it. If I could get the memory right, I could do Ebden Bridge, is it? Forgot the name now, what's that little village called? Somebody will remind me. Well, yeah, I'll try my best to do it, see what it comes up like. Now, if I remember rightly, as I've some of these the rivers get a peat look. It's like a peat. It looks almost as though it's peat, not like that. It would be a bit more browny than that, wouldn't it? But it's a peat look they have the rivers. Now there's a river there going down to the bridge. I'm coming in here. We have a sandy area. So if I'm doing it this way, I'll probably get it correct better. So just from here, we have a sandy area. See, this is I'm using memory to get this. Of course, it comes into grass here, so we'll have to have a bit of blue. I'm doing it with this big brush all the way through, and a little bit of cad yellow into it. But keep it a bit on the warmer side, so we'll put a little bit of raw sienna in it. And this will be like just here. It's like your grassy area. Now you see, I'm doing this in a loose way. Because once if I see anything, I remember it. I can remember anything, what I've seen. On the colours as well, I'll try and bring in. I'm there now, I can see it, I'm there. Now it was an autumn, wasn't it, the time? Now you always get those dark patches, don't you, inside of a tree. Of course you put the light on top of the dark, but you can't, so let's just see if I can add some dark just here. I'll bring it to there. Now I'll just make some greeny colour into it, because all across to here, oh, this is all green, isn't it? And there's bits of brown into it, in it as well. And my brush dropper, just a second while I get my brush. Right. Now, let's see, it's a, oh, I know what's on there. A little bit of blue. Yeah, a little bit of blue. Oh, and a little bit of let's see, it's about this colour. Yeah, I'll have to be careful here. Oh, dripping on it. Oh yeah, this is that's it, up to there. Oops, I did. No, oh, it's... Sorry, I can't turn it over and put these on proper. Well, Just put a bit more in. It's a bit much in there, isn't it, really? For a loose painting. Oh, yeah. I was thinking it's wet, isn't it, that part? Thanks for looking in, everybody. Happy painting.